Hello everyone, you're watching CardyGolf. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Hello and welcome to my first ever sitting down start. You're back with CardyGolf, and today I've got an important question, and that is the question of whether to draw a line on the ball or to not draw a line on the ball. Conflicting views. More than anything, I want to discuss whether I'm a line on the ball person or not, share my experiences with you, because I'm sure you've thought about it. I'm sure some do it, some don't. You must all probably have your own reasons. I'd just like to share mine. So here we go. Okay, so I'm on the putting green here now at Hintlesham Golf Club. I'm testing that line on the ball. I haven't used a line on the ball now for a year or so, and I'll discuss my reasons as we go. But I'm back giving it another whirl because you've got to keep experimenting. I've lined my green line up at the hole over here, and I'm going to see how it affects me. Okay, so that's probably a bit of beginner's luck. I didn't expect that to go in first time. If it happens again second time, that's it, line on the ball forever. Okay, so that's officially end of video. Cut. That's all over. I'm definitely line on ball forever. Okay, no, but in all seriousness, let me talk you through some of what I think are the pros and cons. Now, yes, in terms of being able to use the line, if you read a green well, then it does make sense. You know, pick your line, put your line on the ball, line it up at the hole. Generally speaking, you're going to start your putt off on a better line. That seems simple, and it is simple, and yes, it works. And I've heard people describe this as like the closest thing to cheating without cheating. Well, if it's not cheating, then really it makes sense to do it. But there were a few things that put me off. So about 2-3 years ago, probably 2 years ago, I went back to drawing a line on the ball for the first time in maybe 6 years. The reason was I felt I was missing too many short putts. So for short putting, I was lining the putter up, and I did start to hole more. I think what you have to be careful of first is there's a few things. Putts of length, like the one that I've just holed 2 of there, which I didn't really think I was going to do first time around. I think sometimes you can put too much emphasis on line if you've got the line there. I felt like I was playing tournaments and I was lining the ball up well, and I was starting it off on a good line, but then speed went out the window. I was hitting a lot of putts too hard because I was so focused on line instead of speed. So what I then did, I adapted, and I started only using the line for shorter putts. And that generally helps a lot because obviously pace wasn't a huge issue then. You know, it's very unlikely from 3 feet that I'm going to race one 4 or 5 feet by, but from 16 feet it seemed to be a problem. There was a lot of huge benefits for me having the line on the ball from 20 feet because I started off on a better line. It was nice to be able to see the line roll over itself over and over again. That gave me a really good idea of whether I've made a good stroke or not. But with me then starting to become unconfident with pace, it became problematic, so I felt I had to stop. So some people use a line all the way around the ball. I've chosen not to. You can see I've got a line one side and then it's just blank the other side. That at least gives me the option to line up the short putts, leave the rest of them blank so I can think more about pace. Okay, and I'm very much a roll the ball in dead weight guy rather than rattle it out the hole. I'm not practiced enough, or I don't play on greens good enough. I'm not talking about my clubs locally, I'm talking about generally we're not playing PGA Tour spec golf courses. For me to be able to confidently smash a ball in the back of the hole like Ricky Fowler does, okay, I want to know that if my ball does deviate, whether it's my fault or not, it's got a chance to grab an edge. Okay, so there's a hole down here with the flag out. and I've just given it a good read, and I've decided that I think where I'm going to hit my putt down here, I'm going to have to aim about a ball's width left of the hole. Okay, so I think I've lined my line up pretty much perfectly, so I'm going to start it on that line. I'm going to see how I get on. Okay, so I felt like I put a pretty good stroke on it. The line rolled over itself well. I misread it. Simple as that. Having a second go, I've now lined my line up about 3 balls outside the left of the hole. We'll see how we get on. Again, put a real good stroke on it. And now all of a sudden, I don't actually seem, this is all completely kind of live and off the cuff, like I never ever plan these. All of a sudden I don't feel like what I used to feel about the pace thing, so now maybe in a different frame of mind, maybe just a break from it is all I needed. I could go back to potentially having line on the ball for all putts. So again there, I felt like I put 2 really good strokes on it. One went in, one didn't. One held its line just slightly better than the other one. It happens. I'm almost now reconvinced line on ball. So I've just spent another couple of minutes just hitting a few putts with the line on the ball. Didn't film it because I didn't want to bore you to death, but I wanted to basically have a more categorical answer for you. And I do think that people should go line on ball, but the line on the ball thing does come with a warning. Okay, so don't be lazy and not draw a line and use the maker's name, okay, because that's not good enough, that's not fine enough, that's not small enough, or a definitive enough line. Think small targets, small misses. And the other thing, and this is another reason I stopped doing this, if you line your ball up, okay, and you get down behind it and check it, and then all of a sudden you say, or you think to yourself, that's not quite right, or it's a little bit right, I'll aim slightly left of my line, or I'll go just a little bit left of my line, then all of a sudden you're in 2 minds or more, and that is then destructive, seriously destructive. And I used to do that. Okay, all these memories are flooding back now. I used to do that, and that was a big problem. That was one of the other reasons I stopped. I didn't do it necessarily because I was lazy. I suppose there's an element of laziness, but also you're trying to keep up pace of play. You have other players waiting to putt, people behind you, whatever. So it's not just because I was being lazy, it's also because I was trying to be courteous to those around me, but it did jeopardise my scores and my putting then suffered. So if you're gonna draw the line with a pen, a good solid block line, okay, and then when you do it, be selfish. If you're gonna line it up, make sure it's right, don't stop until it is, and then I do believe you will putt better. But don't forget, it's not for everyone. So if you give it a whirl, give it a couple of weeks or a month or whatever, and it doesn't work for you, don't do it anymore. What works for one golfer could be completely different for another. But that's my experience. I'm gonna give it another whirl. I hope you at least trial it, and then I do hope it works. But if it doesn't, like I say, leave off, enjoy your golf, and I'll see you next week. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Follow me at CardyGolf on all other social media, and I'll see you next week.